Hi all, back to Combat Commander, playing James Watton's digital solo bot, playing scenario 1, Fat Lipke. This is my part 7. This is about start, it is the Russians' turn. A few comments, Hal's been chiming in with a few things. This is from part 3. He says, sustained fire is allowed even if the machine gun is not the one used as the main unit for base firepower. He references A41, Rule A41, page 17, which says, sustained fire may only be played just prior to the player making a fire attack roll in which at least one mortar or machine gun is firing. So yeah, I mean, that wording right there, I should have went and maybe looked at the wording and soaked it in a little bit, but that does seem to make it clear. So he says, so as long as a machine gun or mortar is firing as part of the fire group, you get the +2. Nothing in 023.1 fire groups, page 12, contradicts this interpretation. Okay, so good stuff. I agree with that as well. So I could have been doing that slightly better in the before, but anyway, that's... some things happen like that. Right, made a few other comments. He picked up on me missing the adding of the melee strength from the command. I noted that I picked this up later. I don't think it mattered in the time that I missed it, because it was pretty imbalanced sort of roll with each other, I think, anyway. He says, at 40 minutes, part 4. At 40 minutes, he says, you make an important comment about the difference between the digital bot and physical bot. I'm assuming it means op fire frequency, and the digital bot properly balances the game, I feel. It certainly seems to come across better. I never had one op fire, like I say, playing with the physical components right through the whole scenario. And the first two, in fact... I want to say every op fire with... I think we maybe missed on one. I'm not sure. I know the first two that triggered were... They came up with op fire. Which felt better to me, a bit more realistic. How you balance that out, I don't know. Now, also, just while we're talking about op fire, that is one big difference between the physical version... the two-player game and the solo game that James has got, and the fact that you check for op fire on every movement point spent. Now, if you're playing a two-player game, you kind of do that as well, don't you? You sort of move a hex and you ask your opponent, and the opponent, does he want to move op fire? And they might say no. You move another one, then they might say yes, I want to op fire. So it's kind of the same. It was different in the physical components. It does seem like a better way of doing it here. That way there's more chance that I'm firing. But I mentioned that because one of his other points, which I'm not sure I agree with, but anyway, he brings up the 18-minute mark. I had the same thing happen to me. I played one order, but when I clicked on reveal next order, it said I'm finished. Is this a glitch? And I replied to him that no, I've worked that out. It's just them not rolling the dice, rolling a 1 on the dice, and not then triggering, not carrying out their second order. They can do 2 orders, the Germans, and we can do 3, but it's up to 2. It doesn't have to be 2, and it doesn't have to be 3. So my reply to him was that no, it's just that sometimes the bot will only play 1 order, or sometimes none. You will see when it done none. On saying that, when it says it does none, it says that it discards cards. So it's like it's doing a pass order. So it's not. It's still carrying out the order, the pass order. How many times have we done that? Quite a lot. So, and then I followed up with saying, if you think about it, sometimes the player will only play 1 order. And that's true. Sometimes I only play the 1 order and then I pass. I don't pass. I play the 1 order and then end my turn. Well, that's them doing the same thing, if you like. That's why there's that die roll in there. So, and then the one that maybe... 15, 18. Yeah, this is the one I'm not so sure about, but it depends on how James's solo bot is set out and what it's set out to do. So this is from part 5. At 30 minutes, I would only use the concealment benefit on the second unit being fired on, otherwise you might have to change the first shot result. Thematically, it is like Squad 2 sees Squad 1 get opened up on, and Squad 2 dies for concealment, my take. It's a good explanation of how, thematically, how it could be, but, and to be honest, the way the bot is set up, you shouldn't really carry out the concealment on the first unit if you get it on the second. There's nothing to suggest in anything James has built into this. I mean, there's not any kind of set sort of rules that go with it as such, but you know, there's nothing there to say really that it should be. I guess my thinking of it is that right now, if we were to be fired upon up here, right? Do I have a concealment in my hand? No, I don't. So, if we were to be fired upon there, right? And let's say they roll a 19. They've got a 19 firepower coming at us, right? And let's see if there's one in the discard pile. There's one there. So there's a 19 firepower coming at us. We're working out, right, what have I got? I've got 8, plus the 2 is 10, plus the 2 for the woods is 12. It's not bad, but I need another 7. I need another 8 or 7 to be suppressed. So I need another 8. So that's a sort of tough roll. You've got a concealment in your hand, right? You play the concealment right now and you reduce that 19 to 16, right? What you don't do is say, well, I'll see how this guy gets on. We'll just roll without playing the concealment, right? Because it reduces the firepower of the whole fire. So you don't sort of say, right, I'll let him take a die roll, he rolls a defense roll and maybe succeeds, maybe he doesn't, maybe he breaks, and then you say, oh right, I'm going to play my concealment now. There's no point in doing that. If you're going to play the concealment, well, you know what, I say there's no point. There maybe could be a situation where you would do that, but I can't honestly see why you would do it that way. If you've got the concealment in your hand and you're going to play it at all, you're going to play it from the start before you roll for any defense roll. So that's how the cards work, and that's how it would work in the. And if you were playing anybody, but to me the bot should, if it's going to play the concealment. Now I understand that the digital side of it and how James has had to program it in and whatever, that'd be harder to do it that way, wouldn't it? It'd be harder to say, because then you'd have to know how many units are going to roll, and then the concealment would have to go on the first one roll. Do you know, there's no point doing it on the second or third unit. If there's 3 units in there, for instance, they've all got to have a defense roll. If 2 of them, if we do the bot and reveal dice for the first 2 and no concealment, and then the third one comes up with concealment, I understand what thematically Hal's saying, but I kind of get the feeling that the way I decided to look at it was that if a concealment came up within any of the defense rolls, then I'm going to treat it as concealment for the hex. You know, I would think that was the intention. However, I suppose to know for sure it's. I mean, we can't go and ask on BGG on the. Well, we can ask on BGG, but what I mean is we can't go and ask on the Combat Commander forums how to deal with this situation, because this is a specific bot situation. You know, I suppose if you asked any players out there, I could ask: is there any time when you would ever not play a concealment on the first unit being attacked in a hex, and then you would play it on the second unit? I mean, we could maybe see if there's anything comes from that, but I can't think of anything where you wouldn't play it right away. So, you know what, maybe since we've got a bit of, could it be one way or the other, it's maybe worthwhile asking James that question, and not just a question just directly aimed at that concealment, but maybe what is his intention being with the CC bot? Is it to mirror the game completely, or is it to sort of say, is it to give the bot some different sort of ways of dealing with things? Because if it is, then fair enough. And what Hal's explanation of that thematically is sounds pretty good, you know. But it's just different to how you would play it yourself. That's all. And but if that's been James' intention, then that's fine. Right. Thanks for your comments, Hal. That's good. And in particular the one about the machine gun, which sounds good to me now. And I'll maybe, like I say, I'll maybe fire a question away. I've not got around to replying to a lot of things out there just now. I've just not really had the time, and I know I've got a few days off work just now, but I'm going to be busy with some other things. But right now I came up and I thought, well, I'll start typing out answers on the computer, or will I get a little short play in before I have to go and do some other things. So we're doing this instead. Okay, I don't think there was anything else. Now, hang on. The last couple of comments that I left on my videos, I think I maybe talked about. They were from part 4. Yes, I did. I was just checking there. Okay, so it's the Russians to go. I did just double check that before we started. So, again, sorry for the glare up above. I probably don't need that light on right now. In fact, I don't, because it's daylight. But I suppose you're getting a little glare from the other light coming in. But I kind of do need that one. Can move him along a little bit. So what we got? We've got move, 2 recovers, artillery requests. Right, we've got a whole lot of rubbish, haven't we? In fact, we don't want to move. We don't need to recover. Yeah, we're discarding cards. Yeah, I mean, I may consider moving now, because I think the one thing I was thinking about in this scenario, the best way to get points is to eliminate units, because you're getting like 4 points instead of 2 for most of the stuff anyway. In fact, for this guy here, you're actually going to get 6 points. Yeah, oh, I never thought of that, because you get 1 for him and then plus 2 because he's. Yeah, well, we have been firing at him and trying to get him. But here's the other thought I had. I think I spoke, maybe it was just in the last episode, about bringing these guys back, just retreating them a bit, and just trying to hang on now, because they've got enough points. Giving up these objectives does, well, I'm saying it does nothing. It does nothing unless they can control them all. Now, they've got this one. If they control this one, they've still got this one to think about. And me thinking about dashing off the map might be something to just put the brakes on as well, because I did work out that this guy could come through here and maybe take that. Anyway, if they get all 5, it says, sudden death win. So I think you've got to be rolling for sudden death and control all objectives, and then you automatically win the game. So something to watch out for too, if I do decide to back off. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if, because I think we're just sitting there waiting to get destroyed. This German leader, and me thinking about moving all these units down to start going into Moe. I don't think I should. I think I should. If he's going to sit there, I think they should just sit there and fire on him. I mean, it's worth 6 points. And remember, the Germans are on 12 victory points at the moment, so that would cut it down in half. And then they can maybe push on and try and go for these guys. Okay, so, well, they can't really do anything, well, apart from possibly the move, but I've just already said that I think that's silly. So I'm going to discard this, and, well, I can only discard up to 3 anyway, so I'll discard one of the recovers. Well, the assault fire one, because that's not any good to us. Right, so we discard the 3. We draw back up. There's a fire card. Good stuff. And another fire card. Okay. And another fire card. Right. Well, okay. Well, not that the Germans know that I've just drawn 3 fire cards, but maybe if they do get a move order, maybe I should think. And that's not because I've drawn 3 fire cards. It's because I was talking about it before there anyway, and it might be the best thing for the Germans to do. I don't know, but I suppose let's see what they get as their orders to see. Something was on my mind there. What was it? No, It's away again. It's away again, whatever it was. Right, okay. Real next order. Here we go. Fire, right. So not a move order, so not the option there. And the fire option is not great for them, is it? It's really just a case of, I think, these three attacking this guy here, isn't it? I think this is the best that we've been able to come up with. No, sorry, the squad's not there anymore, so he's not even involved, so it's worse, isn't it? And yeah, that's still the reason for him sitting on his own is not doing anything at all, is it? However, we only have a fire order here, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't move them or whatever. So I can attack with him on this and him joining the fire group. Obviously the lieutenant's activating both of them to fire. He's the main firer. And I do have any... I've got hand grenades, which is no good. Need to be adjacent. That's all. So it's going to be 5, but it'd be a -1. But 5 plus 1 is 6, where a -1 is a 5. So it's a 5 on there. And we're going to draw a card. Hang on, I'm drawing a Russian card. That's not right. So we're going to draw some dice. 9, that's pretty good, but it's still a tough ask, I think, isn't it? So it's 14. 14, and we're attacking here. He's got a morale at 8 plus the 2, so 10. Yeah, he still needs a 5. But you know, I will roll, and who knows? Right, here we go. So 10 plus 11. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe not then. Right, and that was that. Yeah, and I had to again, I don't know. Demolitions was something that was in the physical components. Now, I could find demolitions on one of my cards, but I've never seen the option for them to play demolitions. And I still don't know the real purpose of that, but just to let us know, we do have a foxholes in here. So I think that's a target for demolitions, I think. But I don't see the bot. This was the one that when we discarded cards, which we just done there, then they would have rolled the dice previously in the physical to see if there was a demolitions possibility. But again, I still don't know why you would want to demolish your own fortification. I must be missing something there, or there's a reason why you would want to do it or something. Right, back to next order. Recover. No, that's no good. He's good. I think he recovered quite recently, so that's going to be skipped. And then that'll be them. Right, so they never got the chance to do anything there, so me, I suppose, trying not to think that way, but the fact I've got 3 fire cards, then we know what I'm doing now. I'm going to fire. I'm going to use that one with a no quarter on it. So I can't see us going into Millie anytime soon. So we're going to fire. And it's just going to be the same old thing. Because anything else is out of range from most stuff, and maybe out of line of sight as well. So yeah, that's true. I mean, could you consider 2 different fires? I don't think it would. I think we just should go for this guy because we get a really good firepower, don't we? I think it's 12 we're getting. If we start splitting it in 2, I mean, how did that happen? Oh man. Yeah, nobody's picked up on that one. I done it earlier as well, didn't I? Because we had the unit down here, and the leader was further on. He's not in command. He's not in range. The command. Ah well. It's a big asterisk now, I think, because I fired at least 2 or 3 times with that being placed there. I mean, I know he came in quite. He's the last one that came in late because he came round the back. Well, he was broken and he got to recover and he came round the back. So I mean, it's maybe only once or twice he's fired, maybe. Or could it be that he's not fired at all? Am I jumping ahead a bit? Let's see when this guy got here, because he's out of range. This is only a range of 2, 1, 2. So if he's going to be there, the other unit needed to be there, you know. But I think I moved him there to pick him up, and now he's still sitting there. So, well, I could get around about this by playing a move order first. No, I don't think I can I? Because if I move him, that's him being activated, then I can't activate him again to activate everybody else to fire, can I? Right, sorry about the dogs, hang on. Okay, I've been away there a little bit, trying to see when this all messed up. It was only in the last part, in part 6, so I can't start saying that nobody's pulled me up yet, because that part 6 only got put out there, was it last night or this morning or something? Not that long ago anyway. So, however, I thought, well, maybe we can get away with this then, and sort of, yeah, sort of. If we take Hal's take on the concealment, then yes. Right, let me explain. I thought there was maybe only going to be 1 or 2 cases of fire, but I want to say that in part 6, these actually fired maybe at least 3 times. It might have even been 4. However, I thought the results were going to be the same, because remember, if he's not part of this fire group, then it's only 1 less. This is like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We were counting 12, so it's only 1 less. Well, the only fire that I can see that mattered, and it is a bit of a matter actually, because these were like this, and we had a fire of, well, I counted it as, well, hang on, that's when we played the sustained fire on the machine gun. So we counted that 6, 7, 8, 2 for the sustained fire, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 I counted. I rolled an 8, ending up with 22, which should have been 21 because this guy shouldn't have been involved. We rolled on this guy and only got a 6. Now his morale was a 12, 7 plus 2 is 9, 3 for the terrain's 12. He rolled a 6, 18. Now 18 is underneath the 22, and it would be underneath the 21, which should have been the right number. However, we then rolled on this guy and got a 10, but with concealment. Now, my take on it, I know what Hal said. He could have that right. He was thinking. I think I'm personally going to go the other way. So when this guy rolled and got the concealment, I then applied it to the firepower, because it's the firepower it reduces. Remember, it doesn't give him, although it conceals him from the fire as if he's taking cover, I suppose. I mean, thematically, Hal does have a point, but I don't know if that's been the intention. Anyway, so I then applied the concealment to the fire on him as well, before I decided if he was breaking or not. And then that worked out to be, well, 22 minus the 3 is 19. However, it should have only been 18 because this guy wouldn't be involved. And then, so he had a morale of 12 plus the 6 he rolled is 18. So he had the same. So he should have been suppressed rather than eliminated. I think. I'm not going to change it because fire happened on this hex again, and he would have still been broken and suppressed because there was no chance to recover. I don't think. But because things have moved on, there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm going to say he would have been hit in the following turn, because the following turn the leader got broken, so the die roll was pretty good again for the fire. The other fires did seem to be okay, so that's what I'm saying we got away with it. But well, we didn't really, unless we do Hal's take on it, then that unit, the other unit, wouldn't have benefited from the concealment and would have been eliminated. But I don't want to look at it that way. I think I want to play it the way I see it. So technically he would have survived that turn, but the next thing in fire, I'm going to say that he was eliminated, because I can't rewind that really. you know, we're using a bot here that's moving on, we're drawing cards, and I'm just going to put it down to a plunder. So, okay, I'll just leave it at that. It does put an asterisk on things, I have to say. But what game doesn't put an asterisk on it, really? These solo games that we play that are quite complicated, and you will make some mistakes. You know, I try my best. It bugs me that I can't get everything right, but it's almost impossible, isn't it? It's almost impossible, I think, or impossible maybe, to get every little thing right. So, it's just try to mitigate it, I suppose, and not have as many of them, and maybe not ones that are game breaking, I suppose. But right, so what do we do? How do we deal with this then? In fact, I've put the fire card in the, so I might not be playing that fire card. Let me think, because ideally what we need is these to switch places, and then that's all in range, and then hold on, then he's not in range of this because he's 1 hex back. So don't worry around about that. Now is moving the leader into here, leaving the machine gun where it is, like doing that. Then we actually lose a point with that, because we're not going to be activating that as the main weapon. Now I'm getting Hal's taking it, and I agree with this, was that this can still be given sustained fire, even if it's not the main weapon, but I'll remember that bit. But we're still missing out on that 6 to start with, and that's a 5 over a 6, so there's a slight loss there, and that's the benefit by getting this extra 1. So why don't we, you know how we talked about maybe wandering this guy along here to like bother them over there? Why don't we at least put the threat in there and bring them into the path? Well, what I mean is, why not just like let them do something else? Yeah, let's do that. So we are going to still fire, but we're obviously going to do it properly this time, and not activate this unit because he can't be activated. So Sergeant activates the squad there with the machine gun, and then this and this. This is the main attack on this hex, and we add that and that as a fire group. So it's 6 plus 2 for the leadership is 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11 plus what do we draw here? Oh, that's poor. 4. So 11 and 4 is 15. And then they're going to draw for defence, and they've got a 12, haven't they? 9, and then 3 for the terrain. It's 12. So they only need a 4 here. They're going to defence roll. They get a 9, so all good. Yeah, it needs to be a better roll than what they had there. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna put a move order then as well, and I'm going to activate this guy to move, I think. Now I don't really want to risk the opportunity fire, so will I just go through the woods rather than on the path? Because I think if I move into there, then he does. No, hold on, no, he does not, Grant. He does not, and he's not got line of sight because he's only a range of 1. What about the guy behind? Can he see from there to there? No, because it's going to catch the bits of the woods going into the trail there, isn't it? Pretty sure. Yeah, so I'm going to say no to that as well. So I'm going to activate him and move. He's got 4. Now, is it just road? It's just a road bonus, so that's, yeah, it's not going to give you. It would have stood out at me there. I'm away looking though. Road. Yeah, it's a road hex. It's nothing about a trail. Hang on. Yeah, only if the unit cross the road Yeah, because it'll be the other terrain then. So I think the first move we make is going to be into woods rather than the trail. We would have needed to come from there into there. And I'm pretty sure if I move into there, then that's going to have an op-fire opportunity. But it doesn't benefit me any. It's 2 to move into the woods, isn't it? Yeah. So I might as well just moving straight into the woods. So that's 2. And then now I'm going along the trail, so it's going to be 1. 3. So if I move into the last hex of the trail there, well, they can't see you, Grant. And trail, I don't think it's going to give that -1. It's just the road, so although it doesn't give the +1 for moving along that. Yeah, it's only -1 cover for a road, not a trail. So I'm as well moving my 4th point into there. And then, well, we're not going to have line of sight either, remember, because if they can't see us, we can't see them. Certainly not with our son just now. If they moved into there, I think they probably would be. But that makes the Germans now think, right, well, we can't, this is worth 4 points. So, in fact, it might mean they back down into there. Or what they could do is, I suppose they could move either the squad or the leader back and get the other guy to rush off the map, maybe. I don't know if that's smart or not. Right, anyway, back to what we were doing. That's 2 orders. We've got recover on 2 fires, and we've activated everybody anyway. So we're going to draw back up to 5 cards. Another fire card, window quarter, and another fire card, an ambush. I've got 4 fire cards. Well, we know what we're going to be sitting and doing then. Right, back to the boat. Reveal next order. Ah, he's finished and discarding cards. Okay, back to us then. I think we're firing, aren't we? So I'm going to use the no quarter one, I think. Yeah, I've not got any movement in it. It's fire or recover. So, yeah, okay. So it's going to be the same again. Play a fire card. Activating all these on this. What is it? Is it 11? I forgot again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 plus the card. Oh dear, again. Oh, that's the same as we rolled the last time, wasn't it? A 4 again. So 15. So, and they're sitting on 12, 9, and 3 for the terrain. 12, so they need just a 4 defense roll. Right, they get it. They've got a sniper though. There's no broken weapons. We're going to draw a hex for the sniper. It is D7. Oh, this is a German roll though, so it's alright. D7 is there, so they could break this or this. They're going to choose not to though. And then the fire was ineffective. Okay, and that's it. We draw back up to 5. We get another recover. So again, we're going to be firing next turn again, unless they get moving away. So reveal next order for the bot. Recover is no good to them. So skip. Right, well, this is a move now. So move, but first assault fire. Well, they can't assault fire. They need boxed firepower, don't they? It doesn't tell you there, but assault fire. Activated to move, and it has both box firepower and an enemy unit. Yeah, so there's no box firepower, so we can't do that. But they can do smoke grenades, because that's box. Well, they've done that before, so it must be able to. Unit with box movement. Yeah. So yeah, all their squads have box movement. So and I took it. I can do the smoke when I want. throughout the move. As long as they're activated to move within any part of their movement. I think that's how it works. It words it a bit weird here by saying you've got to first do that, then that, before you move, I think. But I think going by the rules of these actual actions, the unit just needs to be activated to move to be able to do these things. Well, and have the boxed whatever. But we can't do the assault fire, we can do the smoke grenades. So, well, what's more important here? I mean, I think we're just sitting here getting... We've got to do something about this. Whether it's we move that up there as well to give us something to fire back at, or maybe the more sensible, let's move back. I don't know. I feel like, where am I going to go? I mean, we're just trying to hang off. We're just trying to run away. We've got enough points. We're trying to run away and let the game end, I suppose. But I mean, this is eventually going to go down, I think. I don't know. And also having, if we have one of these guys in here beside Das, Das needs to be up at the fence as well to give us any extra benefit. And then he's then in the open and in range. Well, actually, 1, 2. Yeah, he's in range of that. Yeah, that's going to be in range of these as well. So he's kind of like moving into a daft hex, really, isn't he? I could put the smoke. Can you put smoke in a building hex? Sounds a bit iffy. Smoke grenades. Put one smoke marker random, place it in or adjacent to that unit's hex, provided that hex is not water terrain nor already contains a blaze. Yeah, that's all it says. So yeah, I'm just thinking I could move. I do have to move somebody, mind. Well, I could put smoke into this hex and move into that hex, and then that would protect that hex till the smoke went away by whatever. It would protect. We wouldn't be able to fire out of it either, but we are kind of like on the defense. It does mean this guy's sitting down here doing nothing though. But it would then let us have a 7 firepower attack on something, which isn't amazing, but you know, if you get a high die roll, there's a chance. And I think if I run away, they're just going to move forward and come after us, aren't they? But I mean, I don't know, maybe that is a better idea. I guess, again, not experienced enough with the game. So, well, shouldn't you? No, because like I say, leaving this guy here does not help our firepower, because if I move that guy up to there, which I can do, then we're firing with 7. We can add this in for 8, but then it's going to be a -1 because he's going to... Yeah. So he either has to move up there, but then I think that's stupid. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave this guy back in the building. I'm going to drop smoke into that hex, and then I'm going to move him into the hex. So I'm just going to activate this guy to move. Yeah, because there's no... I mean, he's in good defensive terrain where he is. He's well just sitting there just now. He's out of range, everything. He's not in any harm. Yeah, we'll just try and hold the line there with these two. Okay, so I'm going to draw a smoke marker out of this cup. and we're placing it in the building beside the lieutenant. Hopefully it's a big number. Ah, it is not a big number. It's a 1. No, that could have been better. So we've got a smoker 1, then he's going to move in here. Now again, I'm sticking by what I felt like I had read, although I still never found it, that if there was op fire on this hex right now, it would only be him that was targetable. I'm starting to wonder if I maybe read that from some other game, because I couldn't find it in the rules, but nobody mentioned anything about that as well, but that's not to say that I may be getting it wrong. So are they, I mean, they've got 3 fire cards in hand, or sorry, we've got 3 fire cards in hand. So should we op fire? I mean, I was hoping the smoke was going to be more than a 1 and not have to worry about this, but with it only being a 1, they can fire with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. -1, so that's 10. They should really take this on, maybe. The only thing is, they are only firing at squad. Yeah, this is concerning me now that maybe it isn't. Maybe the op fire. Let me go and have a look. Okay, I do have this wrong. I checked BGG and it was confirmed that it's not just the moving units that get targeted, it is the hex and all units in the hex. I can always think that if I look at across the table at my other game across there, which is Normandy, the beginning and the end, that it's the case over there possibly. So that's a problem with trying to play more than one game and getting all rules mixed up in your head. So I know that did occur once throughout my playthrough already, so I've made a boob there as well. Does that change my mind on what we do here? Well, it definitely, well, I'm going to have to move into the hex, aren't I? I think it definitely means they're going to fire this time, because they are getting to target the lieutenant as well. Yeah, there's no point in doing this and not doing it. Well, I've got to move somewhere, because that's part of the... In fact, these had to be activated to move before playing the smoke, so... Okay, so they are going to move in there, and the fact we've got 3 fire cards on our hand says, well, we're going to use one of the fire cards, and we're going to opportunity fire. So they are going to do that, and we'll just have to hope that the die roll's not good again, but... So they're going to the sergeant's going to activate everybody to opportunity fire on this hex. This is the main attack. 6 plus 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. Firing on the hex. 11 plus 6, and we've got a sniper, so that's 17. Only slightly better than they had before, but slightly better is better. So sniper hex is G8. That was close. G8's there. So no hit, but close. Okay, so for defense, again, I'm going to stick with my concealment way of doing it, and we'll see. I think I will get that question out there, Hal, so we can get that one worked out for sure. But while I'm in the midst of things just now, I'll just carry on with the way I'm dealing with it. Well, let's say it didn't matter that last time, but it turns out that it would have done because I was blundering a little bit. But anyway, right. So 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 3 is 12, and the leader's 12 as well. So we'll just come across and we'll do the squad first, of course, because that's the way you should do it. So we're going to defense roll. Oh, that's bad. 12, 13, 14, 15. So the squad's hit. Squad's going to break. You do have the initiative card, Grant. Oh, did I take off the 1 for hindrance? I did not. For the smoke. I don't think. We rolled a 6. We had 11, 17, yeah. Should actually be 16, sorry. My bad. The smoke hindrance reduces it by 1. Does that help him? Don't think so. 12, 13, 14, 15. No. I'm tempted to use the initiative card here, but I feel like it's quite important to get that unit back in that hex and sitting good. Why was that smoke a 1? I think the last one we drew was a 7 or something. In fact, no, was it not a 10? I'm going to re-roll this. I'm going to play the initiative card. Again, this is maybe wrong and bad way of dealing with it, but, you know, it's done. So we're going to re-roll that 3. This time I'm just going to draw dice because I don't think I should do a defense roll to re-roll because I don't think that should be part of the... Because we're re-rolling, you know? Because we might get a concealment. I don't think that's right. So I'm going to just draw dice. We get a 7, we get an event. So he's okay in this time, but we need an event, so we're going to draw an event. Scrounge. When this event occurs, the receiving player may select one eliminated weapon, enemy or friendly, from the casualty track and return that weapon to play. Right, I'm going to get that at the rules. Some of the text gets cut off. I don't know, maybe if I clicked in the box it would highlight it better. Scrounge as an event, isn't it? So let's just read it in the book, just in case. When this event occurs, receiving player may select one eliminated weapon, enemy or friendly, from the casualty track and return that weapon to play under the control of one of his units currently without a weapon. One eliminated weapon, enemy or friendly, and return it to play under control of one of his units. Does that mean we could take the medium machine gun? That's what it seems to suggest, doesn't it? When this event occurs, the receiving player may select, so it's optional, one eliminated weapon, enemy or friendly, from the casualty track and return that weapon to play under the control of one of his units currently without a weapon. Oh. I'm going to just have a quick search for Scrounge on BGG, I think. Just to be sure. Yeah, I don't think I should need to be looking for BGG. We should just be reading the rules as they're written, and it explains that at the beginning of the book, that what it says. One eliminated weapon, enemy or friendly, from the casualty track, and return that weapon to play under the control of one of his units. His units it's the Germans that are running this event, so it's going to go on one of his units. I did find one thread that talked about the fact that he was happy that he had got the Scrounge event as playing as the Russians and the German flamethrower had just been eliminated. So my assumption there was that we can take the Russian machine gun if we want. Problem is it gives a -2 to the movement, so that's the difference. However, I think it's still a good thing to have. And I think I'm just going to put on the... Oh, hold on. No, but then... Well... clearly I suppose this is a target for it. Then that's going to increase our firepower by 1, because it's going to be a 6. And plus 2 is 8. Remembering that you can get sustained fire. However, I did just ponder there and think, would it be an option to put on hand? I mean, obviously we can't fire group these together, but we could have a fire order and activate him with fire. So that would be a 6. And, you know, he's got the range. It's only increasing it by 1, isn't it? I mean, it's only increasing by 1 there as well. I think I'll put it on there, and then we might get... So I'm going to take the medium machine gun and put it on there. Okay. And this was a defence roll to see if this guy's survived. We did pass initiative. Of course, we've now got to remember the Russians have got initiative, so they can also re-roll a die. Mind Grant. I'm not so sure they would have done it there as well, though, to be honest, because it was one of the rolls that was a bit unlucky for the Germans, really, because they don't need an awful lot. Right, so they're rolling for the lieutenant now. He's got a 12 as well. Needs to beat a 16. So this is defense roll this time. And our sniper, 6 on top of the 12 is 18. Beats the 16. So he's fine. Sniper, draw hex is K5. Oh, bang. Take that. It's right on him. K5. He's broken. How about that? Yeah, because that was a German event. No, German sniper. And yeah, that was nasty. Okay, so that's the op fire. Well, I say the op fire over. They're still activated for op fire if we hadn't to move anybody else, but we're not going to. We moved that guy in there. I got the smoke, got the machine gun. I'm not moving him. And yeah, that's the order over. So I'm not sure if that was their first or second order. I think it was just their first. So reveal next order. Well, it's finished, so maybe it wasn't. Right, I'm at 51 minutes. This part, it did take a little bit longer than I thought, because I was looking up quite a few things there and trying to fix things. And yeah, I can see there's a couple of blunders starting to show through, so yeah. But yeah, these things will happen, won't they? Yeah, I was hoping to get this maybe finish and get. What I want to do is I have been reading over more the rules for Skies Above Britain, and it's starting to sound quite an interesting game. Not that it didn't from the beginning, but the rules it's a very weird kind of game. It's the same guy. It's Jeremy White, isn't it? It's the same guy that done Atlantic Chase, which is a weird kind of game as well. And I'm saying weird, it's different, and both these games are highly rated. They get 8 point something BGG rating. Atlantic Chase I found pretty good. I've not done any playthroughs of that or anything like that. There's plenty out there, but and the way it starts, you learn the game, you play daft little wee scenarios and that. It seems the same with the Skies Above Britain. So thought it would be nice to maybe just. I'm not going to record any of them. If I do start recording, it'll just be of the campaign start and whatever. But yeah, I was reading deep into the rules yesterday and the experience of the pilots, and they can get ace skills and they can become veterans and they gain benefits from that. Well, as you would expect and whatever. But it did start look like quite a game, because I was wondering, because out of all Mr. Butterfield's games, the RAF game maybe didn't fit me that well. It didn't. I played right through a playthrough of it, and it wasn't awful. I wasn't like, it just maybe just didn't quite do it for me. Yeah. So on approach to buying Skies Above Britain, I was wondering if the theme of that might be the thing that bothered me about it, but I'm not so sure. I think the way this is a totally different game, of course, from RAF, and how it deals with things. I mean, okay, it's same subject, Battle of Britain and whatever, but yeah, it looks quite different. Now there's quite a few videos out there on that as well. I think there's somebody been doing a playthrough of a campaign, so I mean, there's plenty of other stuff to watch. But I mean, I think to myself, well, why bother doing a recording yourself, Grant? But I like I say, I do it for myself because it helps me keep the game moving along, really. And yeah, I try and not make mistakes. Whereas I'm not saying others don't care about it, but some maybe do not fuss about it too much and whatever. And yeah. Right, I'm going to have to get going for now. So I'll be back later with the next part. Okay, cheers.